1 year ago, a young man, he lived a short life. And we don't know the hardships and the things that he went through. But his spirit left this earth a year ago, and he grew cold because he had no place to lay down and keep himself warm.
Community members gather at the Raphael Andre warming tent in Montreal's Cabot Square to remember the 1-year anniversary of his death. The man died frozen to death in a porta potty last year.
It's really important to remember people that pass on, especially when, as an Indigenous person, and when you're homeless, you're almost like not recognized.
Andre, who was homeless, died from the cold just steps away from a closed shelter at the time. His death sparked outrage, and community members quickly bolted into action for a warming tent. The goal for this to never happen again.
We really want to put pressure on the municipal, the provincial, and the federal to help us find a solution, because we've really moved mountains with what kind of services and resources we've been able to find for the last year.
Dozens paid tribute to Andre, reminding those present the homeless can't escape the rigid temperatures like most.
We gather here to remind ourselves of what our people are going through, how much they suffer. You guys are all standing here. You're dressed, you got fur on, you got thick coats, you got warm boots, and you got a place to go home to. But what about our people that don't have that?
Some say the warming tent has been helpful, but it was originally meant as a temporary solution. There's only enough funding to keep the tent open until March.
Over the last year, 72,888 people have used our services here at this tent, which speaks volumes in numbers, right? We do need a permanent solution because nobody should be turned away. We only have space for 15 people. The temperatures are going to be like this for a while. We want to help as many people as we can.
2 other members of the homeless community recently died out in the cold. Elisa P. Putuguk died in November, looking for shelter on a construction site. And a man in his 70s died of hypothermia amid frigid temperatures found at a homeless camp just last week.
What we need is a building. So we need to find a building, but what's in the area. If you find something that's all the way in Saint Laurent, it's not going to be helpful. You know, we need to find something that's around the Atwater area, because we have a large population that wants to stay here. And every morning when the resilient staff show up, there's people that are still sleeping in the alleyway.
In Montreal, Brittany Henriques, City News.